Alright guys, in this video we are going to show you how you can replace the MacBook Pro 2013 to 2015 Retina display screen assembly. We are going to show you complete process where you will have to be very careful with the connectors and especially the battery, and we are going to show you the complete process step by step, which will help you to replace the screen by yourself without spending so much money and get it done outside. So let's get into it. It's a MacBook Pro 2015 Retina display. It's a MacBook Pro 2015 Retina display A1502. First of all, you have to remove 10 pentalobe screwdrivers. First of all, you have to remove these 10 pentalobe screws from the bottom base cover. Remove the bottom cover carefully. You don't want to damage any cable and connectors inside. Put it aside, and now you have to first of all take any pry tool. First of all, take any pry tool, spudger, or anything. I would recommend any plastic pry tool which you can use to disconnect the battery connector. Once it is done, you have to careful about 3 connectors. One is video connector here, the iSight camera connector, and these 3 Wi-Fi connector. These 3, if you are not professional, most likely you are gonna forget once you remove the LCD that which connector goes in which point. So I would always recommend to mark the first one with the marker or something, so that you know the first one is this and the last one, which is the longest one, which will go automatically in the third one, so you will not mix it. Start disconnecting. Now disconnect these Wi-Fi connector first. Try to do it very carefully. You don't want to disconnect or you don't want to break these connectors. Then lift this flap up and slightly pull the connector. Now use the spudger or pry tool and try very carefully to remove the iSight camera cable. Once it is disconnected, it is sticking on these heat sink. Carefully remove it so that you can remove it. Carefully lift it up so that the adhesive will leave the place. Carefully lift it so that adhesive can come out, and you can lift the iSight camera connector. Now you have to remove this rubber cover which is covering the screws. Once the screws are exposed, you need torque screwdriver to open these screws. These MacBook models are comparatively easy if you compare them with the previous models, which were A1278 or A1286 from 2008 up to 2012. Start removing you don't want to remove all the screws, just remove 2 of them. Leave one of the screw connected. Leave one of the screw in place so that LCD assembly is still in place. Now carefully you have to open the lid and hang it this way so that you can easily remove the LCD. Now simply unscrew the third screwdriver as well. Now carefully remove the third screw as well so that the screen assembly comes free. Carefully you have to lift the assembly, comes free. After that, once the screen assembly is free, you have to remove these two screws, which is stopping the screen to come off. It's a small corner bracket which you can remove using the pentalobe screw. You can remove using the pentalobe screwdriver. These are the brackets which was holding it to remove the whole thing. Carefully lift the screen assembly and put it aside. Bring the new assembly which you want to use, put it in place. It's very easy. It's a reverse process. First of all, put this in place so that these are in, so that you can put the screws back. Don't tighten all the screws at the moment because they are gonna help you, because you will have to align the screen. So just put all these 6 screws, just put all these torque screws in place so that it can hold the LCD assembly. I broke the screen. This laptop is one of my customers. I'm replacing this screen for one of my customer who broke the screen. So I'm replacing his screen. You don't want to tighten all the screws at the moment because you want to align. Once it is done, close it. Once it is done, simply close the lid. First of all, I would want to make sure that the screen is aligned. So just loose the screw a little bit. So once it is fit, so once you put the screen back in there, once you put the screen back, just slowly loose the screw up a little bit so that you can align properly. Once you see it's aligned here, then now you can tighten these torque screws using the torque screwdriver. Once you put the screws back, use the outside cable, stick it on the heat sink as it was before. put the eyesight camera cable back. Be careful, be gentle with this cable because you don't want to break this cable. Once it is in there, stick it back. The adhesive will still be there, so you can just simply stick it there. Now, like I said, this will help you to put the thing back. Simply clip all these Wi-Fi connectors in place. Once you hear the click sound, it's done. You don't have to press hard. Now you want to put this display cable back. Now you want to put this screen connector back. Put it back. Lift the thing down. Use the put the battery connector back carefully. Now just cover it up again with the rubber flap. Just use the same brackets in place. Just put this brackets in place. Just put the brackets in place. Just put both of these brackets in place. Once it is done, simply cover the once it is done, put this rubber flap back so that it can cover the torque screws. Once it is done, put the lid back. Don't put the screws yet because you want to make sure that everything is working well. So just put it back and turn it on. You just want to turn it on. So you just want to turn it on. So don't put the screws back in the lid. So don't put the screws back in the lid yet. Just leave it open so that you can test and try. So first of all, make sure that everything is working okay. So just to make sure that everything is working okay, let's check. I'll put my password in and let's check. Everything is working fine. You want to make sure that everything is working, the sound is working. Test the camera. Yep, camera is working. Test the camera is working, as you can see. As you can see, the camera is working. That's it. Turn it back, put all the screws in there. Put all the screws back. Put all the screws back, and that's it. Thanks for watching the video. If you have any query, please mention in the comment and I'll try to answer all the queries. If you want to watch, and by the way, if you like the video, please don't forget to subscribe, because I'll be putting a lot more videos regarding the Macs, the small things which you can do at your home without spending a lot of money. Thank you and good night.